how should we introduce this video? So, they jumped Korra, took over the Earth Kingdom, beat up Avatar Aang's son, and kidnapped his family. They nuked Republic City, and I mean, there's a goddamn kaiju battle for fuck's sake, okay? I don't even know the words. Ladies and gentlemen, these villains stood on absolute business, and today I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing. So from my point of view, The Legend of Korra has gotten a bad rap. When it came out, much like a lot of sequels, people said it didn't live up to the original, which unfortunately fades into the show is bad, right? A long time ago, probably like junior or senior year, which I don't know what my junior or senior year is, just know it was a while ago, I gave it a shot, and for some reason it wasn't clicking with me. Fast forward, the only reason I remember the show exists is because I'm frequently recommended this video essay about why the show is bad, and I'll eventually watch it so I can make the follow-up video. But anyways, yeah, eventually I came around to watching Legend of Korra. I'm just like, is it really that bad? And I watched it and I realized the villains are putting in work, which I have a hypothesis that might be one of the reasons why people think the show is bad. Now, of course, they all get hoed though, because I mean, the show is actually rated Y7, meaning it's safe for 7-year-olds to watch. Okay, the original Avatar, the original Atla, Avatar The Last Airbender, was rated T, but this one is rated for 7-year-olds, which is interesting. Anyways, this is what's about to happen. I'm gonna recap some events for the show while sprinkling in my opinion on said, recap, and then I'll end with a summary and I'll state what's my opinion and how I feel about the show and its villains plus Korra. Also note that the last two reviews I did were Stranger Things and several videos on My Hero Academia, so those will probably catch a lot of strays in this video for better or worse. Alright, let's go. First up, we got Amon. Amon is some work. Yo, this clock needs to shut the fuck. This guy is debatably the best antagonist in the series, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way just because, he has an amazing start to his run, right? He has a good run, but yeah, he has a great start, like a damn near Hall of Fame start to his villain career. So Amon makes his first notable appearance in episode 4. Up until this point, Amon is on the verge of catching the fattest Rico case since Young Thug. I know that's not too long ago because it's ongoing, but isn't it crazy that we got another one? Anyways, he's been a little behind the scenes foreshadowing demon, alright? Didn't show face, but he been fucking around in the background. And Korra was like, fuck all this internet play, drop the low, I'm pulling up. And Amon replies with, I bet, meet me under the Aang statue at midnight. And this had Tenzin stressing because this was obviously a trap, and he strongly recommended that she doesn't go to the statue. So Korra goes to the statue, and to no one's surprise, Amon is not there. So Korra searches the island in pure disbelief that Amon would talk all that shit and then not show up, right? And she was right. So as she's storming off to leave the island, they shoot a lasso or whatever the real life version of the bola from Ark is at her and drag her ass into an underpass. They jump Korra, and then after they beat her ass up equal opportunity style, Amon shows up and makes a gangsta first impression, at least in my opinion. Basically, he walks up to distraught Korra and says something along the lines of, I'm not gonna take your bending. It's not the time. I will destroy you emotionally, defeat you politically, then I will take your bending. This serves as an omen of your inevitable destruction. We will meet again, and then I will ruin you. So basically, Amon says, I can take your shit whenever I want, but this isn't the time for it. Pause. But yeah, this traumatizes Korra and is a fantastic introduction to a villain. Also, Amon is smart as fuck, or at least he's tactically smart. So he understands for him to rule the city or go on his plan to purge the city of benders, he can't just go around assassinating motherfuckers and disabling benders, because at that point you're just terrorists. But if he can win the people and paint benders as tyrannical oppressors, now he's a liberator, a freedom fighter, a hell diver. And the people are a powerful asset, and in the show made for, or at least rated for 7-year-olds, it's kind of crazy that they threw this concept in there. Normally it's ignored in all kinds of cartoons and animes, but to see it in this, it was kind of you know, kind of shocking. But anyways, Korra is obviously distraught about the fact she just got her shit worked, and to be fair, she did get jumped and ambushed. So I mean, anyways, on a side note, Korra joined a team called the Fighting Badgers or whatever. It's basically like Avatar Team MMA. So Korra and the gang end up making it to the championship game, but there's a few days before the championship match, kind of like how there's 2 weeks between like the NFC championship and the Super Bowl, right? But during said hiatus, I don't know how he does it, but Amon hijacks the radio and says, "I'm not fucking with this bending tournament y'all got going on. Why are we celebrating our oppressors? Shut that shit down or there will be consequences." Avatar Korra, I know you're sad to hear this, but you better not show up either, because I got something for your ass. So a very angry Korra bursts into town hall and says, "We don't negotiate with terrorists. You can't let these fuckers think they got motion." And she's right, for multiple reasons. One being, you can't let Amon think that he can make threats over the radio. You know, making threats over the radio is a viable way to get what he wants. And two, that's a massive PR loss when you show the citizens you're afraid of a fucking cult leader. So after some convincing, they decide to let him play. So yeah, they made sure to have top flight security. And if you know anything about top flight security, they were actually kind of dog water. So they play the match and the defending champions are blatantly cheating. Everyone sees it. Even the announcers are calling it out. Everyone but the ref and the perpetrators see the blatant cheating. So in a refreshing turn of events, Korra doesn't miraculously pull a win out of her ass. They do lose the match, but I did forget to mention that she absolutely washes their little gang leader here, bro. She hits him with a little 1-2, and I know the fight was short. It was short, but it's good to see Korra get a W, bro. She boxed his dumb ass. And yeah, they get washed, and I'm thinking, damn, I guess Amon isn't about that life after all. But oh dear non-existent audience, I was wrong, because these sleazeball jockey boys becoming the champion is exactly what Amon wanted. So his goons spin the block with electric gloves and whatnot, and they catch Miss Beifong off guard, and then they jump Tenzin and whatnot. I don't know what happens to him, but he gets clapped. But more importantly, Amon pulls up and gets straight to business. So they run a 3v3 versus the champions, right? And the champions get watched so fucking fast, right? They get blitzed so quick, I didn't even have time to write down details about how it happened. They got beat the fuck up, and I'm trying to show you as much of the fight as possible without getting my channel ethered, but just know I'm filling in time so y'all can try to see what happened, because it happened so quick I couldn't even explain it. Alright, so Amon gets carried, right, but takes all the credit for this fight, then does the unthinkable. He takes the captain's bending, and I'm like, yes sir! Yes sir! I love a show that ain't scared to let niggas lose, right? I love a show that is not scared of consequences. Take his shit. Let's go. Pause. But anyways, if that wasn't an oppressive or shocking enough debut for you, he blows the court up. This man means business. So Korra gets in a fight versus what I assume is Amon's royal guard, for lack of a better word. But I will save that for a follow-up video if I ever do one on Korra herself. So now shit is hitting the fan. Amon is public enemy #1. He's the most wanted man in the city. Both sides of the conflict are rebounding and strategizing how they will respond and attack and how to build on said attack, right? So Korra eventually pulls up on Tarlock, who at this point is the obvious antagonist, like to the point where I thought he was secretly Amon. So Korra pulls up on him, and I can't remember exactly what was said, but eventually Korra starts giving this nigga the beats. Alright, obviously Tarlock put up a good one, it was competitive, but nah, he got washed. So Korra sends this man through a fucking wall, and I'm like, GG's, you're going to jail, buddy. Then he starts bloodbending, and I'm like, yeah, that escalated quickly. So he bloodbends and incapacitates Korra before hauling ass. And me assuming he's one of potentially 2 antagonists, I'm like, how the fuck do you beat bloodbending? And spoiler alert, the only way or the one way to beat a bloodbender is just to be a better bloodbender than them, or wait for the invention of guns or other ranged weapons. But in all honesty, I'm kind of confused at how Aang, I'm pretty sure it's canon that him and Katara got together, you know what I'm saying, like they were married and had children and whatnot. So I'm kind of confused at how it never crossed her mind to explain to Aang, or just to tell people in general, how to defeat a bloodbender. Like, all these years passed by and no one thought to think of a way to counteract bloodbending and whatsoever. So the only way to really beat it is to be a better bloodbender than them, or to go into the avatar state. Well, in that case, if those are really the only two canon ways to beat it, like there is no loophole, there's no way to really do it, right? Like, I don't know, water bend your blood so that it doesn't, I don't know, something weird, right? Someone smarter than me has to figure that out. Genuinely, if those are the only two ways to do it, why won't they teach the avatar how to bloodbend on the off chance they run into a bloodbender? Anyways, in the following episode we get a flashback, but before we get into that, I don't give a fuck what you gotta say about it, but yeah, boy. But about the flashback, this one is a little egregious. So Tarlock's father is in court and he's about to get the fattest sentence known to man. Bro is about to get a life sentence, no parole, to run consecutive with a 567-year sentence, bro. He is finished. But at some point during the trial, a woman shows up and says,
Tarlock is a bloodbender.
And I'm like, why the fuck are you standing around to find out? As soon as she says he's a bloodbender, everyone should have simultaneously blitzed his ass. Would it have worked? No. But still, like, why are y'all looking at him like, bitch, blitz him? Anyway, so this is where it gets a little out of pocket, in my opinion, and I'm not even a diehard Atla fan. I think it's one of the greatest cartoons of all time. I love this show. It is a hood anime. That show is an anime to me. I don't give a fuck what you got to say, right? But I'm not like a I know every detail type motherfucker, right? So anyways, this is where it gets out of pocket, right? So Tarlock's father, okay, T-Daddy if you will, starts bloodbending the entire courtroom, including Avatar A. And I'm like, okay, but ain't gonna spin the block though, right? So T-Daddy gets a TKO on the entire courtroom, including Avatar fucking Aang. And I don't have a scene for scene memory of Atla, but in the OG Bloodbender, but I'm sure in that series it was only used in 1v1 situation. But Aang spins the block and he is pissed off and he immediately cuts off T-Daddy, right? And I don't understand why he doesn't just insta kill these guys, but I digress. Probably because the show is rated for 7-year-olds. He couldn't just kill the nigga through the car, but that would have been real nice. So Aang starts getting bullied by bloodbending, and then he goes into the avatar state, which is just the holy equalizer for now, and he immediately slaps T-Daddy up and steals his bending. And now this is T-Sunny. This will eventually lead into a decent backstory, but I don't really care about all that. Let's get negative. No seriousness, before we get negative, I am not one of those people who just think Aang is the greatest avatar of all time and he could just wash everyone in the show and he would never be challenged by anyone. There's no fight. Like, you know, one of those people that give what's his name, Aang like the Goku treatment in terms of his show, right? And I think he is definitely, especially like once he gets older and whatnot, he's probably one of the strongest avatars, right? But I don't think it's to the point to where he just clears everyone, right? But I still do think him not having a way to fight a bloodbender is a little, you know what I mean? I think that's a little weird, especially since he should be an expert waterbender. But then again, I'm not too into the lore, so I don't know exactly how that works. But let's go back. So I forgot to mention something small and seemingly insignificant. Yeah, Tarlock kidnapped Korra. I can't believe I didn't write that down, but in the note, write that down in my notes. But yeah, Korra gets kidnapped and she ends up finessing her way out after she, you know, but before she fully escapes, Amon shows up, and it's safe to assume that Amon is here to intercept the transportation of Korra rather than him being here to save her for other miscellaneous reasons, like for a future fight. I don't know. So he shows up, and I can't remember exactly how this went down, but I do remember at a certain point, Tarlock says, fuck all that, I'm not going home, I'm bloodbending, right? Fuck it, I'm not going to jail type beat, right? And Amon is like, get that weak shit out of here. And then I can't remember if he slaps Tarlock up or if he just bloodbends him into the jail cell. Either way, I'm like, wait, he's immune to bloodbending? In addition to that, I'm like, okay, so Korra is going to figure out some way to finesse bloodbending, and she's going to beat Amon's ass, right? Right? So something I noted during this scene is I loved how between Amon and Korra, like it's on site, because Korra gets really innovative and escapes her avatar proof box, right? And as she leaves the building, she makes brief eye contact with Amon, and there's no word spoken. They immediately just start boxing, and I'm just sitting here like the Elmo Fire gift, bro. I'm like, yes, violence, yes. But like most fights in the show, it's very quick, and Korra makes an escape. So fast forward, everyone is getting jumped. I mean, I wanted to see Tenzin get active, because airbenders are very impressive and visually pleasing fighters, pause. But nah, they jumped his ass. Then Beifong gets a crazy send-off. So Miss Beifong pulls up like, I'll hold a brick for you, daddy. I never switch on you, daddy. And I'm like, thank you, Miss Lynn. I'm all for it, because I wanted to see some more of these scenes. So boom, yeah, the ops pull up and they paratroop in and whatnot, and this is what I'm waiting for. Look at her standing there just waiting for the boxing match, like Cell, just peek. So yeah, they start boxing and whatnot, but you know what I'm here for. I'm here for Miss Lynn. Again, look at her just posted up, waiting for the action, just waiting for the smoke. So yeah, the gang pulls up on her. She gets immediately straight to business, catches two of them, ethers them immediately, not even close. But you saw how she just, they ass boy, that's, oh my goodness. Look at her, she got the octopus stance. You is not blitzing grandma. Anyways, let's continue. But he pulls up, gets insta-fuck thrown into his homie, catches a fucking rock to the chin. He is done. He's finished. Miss Lynn is putting in that motherfucking work. I'm telling y'all, this send-off is amazing, and this is only part one, baby. So anyway, so after Ether and them, she kicks up Rock at homeboy, just hits him square in the face, and they're like, all right, man, we gotta rush her ass. She's like, no, the fuck you are not. Look at that right there. Just Ether three of them, and then Shawty's over here about to get burst, but we don't care. Let's get negative. Anyways, yeah, so the airbending family is trying to escape. You know, Lynn is with them or whatnot, and you see the look on their faces, bro. The Fire Nation pulled up, and they're like, yep, we is not making it home. But you already know Miss Lynn was like, Semper Fi, I ain't letting you die. All right, so she's about to go pull up on them and go straight ballistic. So Shawty jumps off, leap a faith type beat, swings up on the motherfucking Zeppelin, bro. You're about to watch grandma go 2v1 against a Zeppelin. Miss Lynn starts metal bending the Zeppelin. Grandma is taking out a Zeppelin. Check out this vert though. I'm telling you, even what was his name, Byron James, bro, he can't even do that. Anyway, so grandma was fucking up the second Zeppelin, but they were like, nope, you not pulling that shit off twice. They electrocute her and whatnot. But yeah, that was the Lin Beifong send off, and it was scuffed as shit. Eventually I'll get these down though. But anyways, back to the video. So Beifong put in that work, but shit's finna get wicked. I forgot to mention that Asami was washing niggas, bro. Like, she was giving these henchmen the hands for real, bro. Like, they ass. Anyways, the send off ain't over. So Team Tenzin is trying to get in the wind, right, when the equalists pull up on demon timing, but Miss Beifong said, no hezzy, bitch, I'm sending. I split her up and I'm leaving them missing. Then she solos a fucking Zeppelin, and I'm like, yeah, get active. And she ends up face to face with the Hall of Fame crash out himself, Amon. So Amon offers an ultimatum: tell me where the avatar is and you can keep your bending. But Beifong says fuck off. And like I said, Hall of Fame crash out, bro weighs 0 time. He says say less, and he took her shit. Pause. Fast forward, Korra tries to expose this nigga Amon as a fraud, but along with being a Hall of Fame crash out, bro is a S tier manipulator. He just has lies in a Duffy, bro. He got lies on standby, right? So he lets her walk into this political trap, if you will. But fuck all that. Let's get negative. So Korra tries to leave, and Amon is like, you don't want to miss the main event. Bro packed up the airbenders off camera. I want to hype this up so bad, but it did happen off camera. But nonetheless, he kidnapped the airbenders, bro. Amon is really fucking these things up, bro. He's up 3-0. But that's okay, because one thing leads to another, and Korra sets the airbenders free. And Tenzin is washing this nigga Amon with the efficiency. It's crazy how they just gloss over this, bro. Tenzin really slapped this nigga up, and they just pan away like it didn't happen. And that led me to a pair of questions. Where was this when he packed your family up, including yourself? And is airbending the counter to bloodbending? To be fair, I'm pretty sure airbending is kind of the counter to everything except lightning. So anyways, moving on. I don't know how she found herself in this situation, but Amon is chasing Korra, right? And at some point they try to fight Amon but promptly get washed. I'm not gonna give them too much shit for this because they are promptly running for their fucking lives. But somehow, some way, Korra ends up hiding under this table thing, and Amon walks by and is like, "Gotcha, bitch!" Mako tries to save Korra, and he comes out throwing straight caveman punches, but he promptly gets washed. After that, it was time for the Hall of Fame Crash Out to stamp himself as one of the best villains in the show, debatably. Bro walks up to Korra and just takes her shit. No hesitation, no nothing. There was no bailout. He literally steals her bending, bro. And I'm like, damn, Korra getting cooked for real. And it's frame 1, season 1. And I don't think it really gets that much better from here. Anyways, Amon presumably murders his lieutenant, and he's about to take Mako's bending, but Amon didn't know that Mako can bend lightning, baby! Because that's presumably not allowed in tournament, so he never seen him lightning bend, so he didn't know it could happen. Amon gets finessed and Mako runs off with Korra, right? And as he's running down the hallway, Amon pops out the cut like, hold up, wait a minute! Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought this Model T, y'all thought that shit was rented? And so Mako tried to fight this man in the hallway, right? And he is getting beat the fuck up. He is getting slapped up. But out of pure fight or flight and desperation, Korra starts airbending. And I'm like, he can't take something you didn't have, right? And I'm not gonna lie, she's slapping this man Amon up. Like, he's really a fraud, bro. She's beating this nigga ass, right? But Amon starts bloodbending from down the hallway. And I'm like, the fuck is the range on that? But Korra kicks this man out the window, Boondock style, right? So Amon is flying through the air like he tried to press Namek patch Vegeta, right? Who deserves a video, honestly? But I don't know how to present Vegeta without being just opinions and sentimental value, because everyone else made a Vegeta video. Nonetheless, Amon hits the water and starts sinking because he has no fucking buoyancy whatsoever, like me. So as it's falling, his makeup starts coming off, and I didn't mention it, and you're probably, if you haven't seen the show, you're probably like, why the fuck does he have makeup on? Well, he used makeup to make it look like he had a scar from a firebender to try to prove that he was assaulted by a firebender, which led to him becoming a anarchist, for lack of a better word, and whatnot. Eventually his self-preservation kicks in. He starts like the water tornado thing, and he makes his way out of the water. And as soon as he popped out that water and revealed he is in fact a waterbender, he was politically cooked. And it's funny to see how he manipulated the city to having prejudice against the very thing he is. So Amon gets cooked, and eventually he's executed by his brother in a double seppuku event. And despite fumbling in the end, Amon was on an S-tier villainy spree, bro. Like, he was really cooking, but he didn't stick the landing. I want to say I wanted a big duel between him and Korra, and in hindsight, you'd think, why not? He dies anyway, they might as well have a big fight send-off, and then Korra either kills him or banishes him somewhere, locks him up, something happens, right, to where he's gone forever. But, we do get a lot of big duels later, and Amon had Korra fucking terrified, bro. She was shaking in her boots. And now that I think about it, Amon was cold as shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually kind of better off that way. Had she fought Amon and actually beat him, she wouldn't have any insecurities or anything to doubt herself of going on forward, right? it is disappointing that we didn't get a send-off fight for Amon, but in some way, shape, or form, in a way that someone else can explain better than me, Korra is better off not getting the satisfaction of beating Amon. Although it was better for the series, I still feel like they kind of fumbled the landing, you know what I mean? But you know, I write these scripts over the course of a couple days and weeks, so I've kind of went back and forth. But to explain this case, this nigga Amon was kind of crazy, bro. He jumps Korra and tells her, I will kill you or take your bending right now, but I'm gonna do it on my time. I'm not finna do it right now. I'm gonna do it when I feel like it. Bro bullies City Hall into canceling a bending tournament, and when they reinstate it, bro's goons slump Beifong and Tenzin, and he washes the champs, right, with the efficiency too, takes the leader's bending, and if that's not enough, he says y'all ain't having no more tournaments because I'm blowing this bitch up, right? We gonna go and blow New Jersey up type beat, right? All right, he does all that, and then it's like, oh, that's not impressive for you? Tarlock kidnaps Korra, right? Amon pulls up and says, fuck all that blood bending, slaps Tarlock up so fucking quick I couldn't even, you know what I mean? I don't even remember the details, just like how he did the champions, right? And takes his shit too, steals his bending. Bro is just robbing niggas of their powers, like holy shit. And then Korra breaks out, right? Makes brief eye contact with Amon, no words, immediately pressed her ass, had Korra the fucking avatar, might I add, hauling ass, had her running, bro. That's like if Midoriya saw Shigaraki's bitch ass, right? And then he just threw a wind kick and ran away. Like, that's like if Eren saw the Beast Titan and was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, I'm out of here. Bro, he fucking punked Korra in her own show. What else? Well, he becomes a fucking terrorist and invades a city. He gets Tenzin washed, then eventually kidnaps his family. Oh, he chases the Avatar through a building, takes her bending, boxes her boyfriend when he tries to do something. Yeah, Amon was out here solo squatting, and not to even add the fact that he really manipulated the city into being xenophobic, bro. Can you say that word on YouTube? I don't know. We'll find out. But let's see how he stacks up against the rest of these troublemakers. Some of you may argue he's the best villain in the city, but there's someone that's as big as a Crash Out and is arguably better. She even had a hilarious TikTok made about her, which it really helps her popularity, but we're gonna save her for the end. Yeah, Swag, hold on. Mute. Swag, I need you to hush. Damn. It unmuted the TV. Anyways, this part of the video was finished 15 days ago. 15. This is taking way too long to do, and I need to find a way to make these videos shorter. So for this Legend of Korra review, critique, or whatever you want to call it, we're going to be splitting it into a couple parts. Okay, there will be 4 parts, which is I normally edit them in parts and then I just merge them together for one big video. Since it's taken so long and it's been 2 months since I uploaded, we're just gonna, you know, drop the parts, and then from now on these will be shorter, and if they require a part 2 they will. And then there's from now on there's going to be a follow-up video, so I need to do one for My Hero Academia because we didn't do it for that. But once we finish these 4 parts, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a overall review, not a review, but I'm going to listen to like people's takes about the show and talk about what I disagree with and what I agree with. So we'll have one for this show because there's a lot of takes about this show, and I might even go on like Twitter and stuff and look for takes on the show. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that part and whatnot. I am going to work on the second part today, and hopefully it'll be out in a week or 2. The kuvira part is going to take a long time because that part of the video alone 40 minutes. 40 fucking minutes, dog. I'm telling y'all, I'm a Hall of Fame chatter, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. Well, actually, kind of do. If you were loyal enough to, or entertained enough to stick through 27 minutes of me talking about Korra, then you can listen to an outro. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to make these parts shorter so I can get these out more quickly, even though I have like a reduced workload because I've been working on other stuff and whatnot. But hell yeah, with that being said, I will catch y'all later. Oh, I forgot, there's an outro for this channel. But yeah, until we meet in the next video or the comments, remember, even though man, because we know we up next, sponsored by Atari, and